Let's get ready, say, go. Let's go. Sight, rainbows in the sky, let's fly away like a bird. You're free to see the boundless face of the earth. Let the wind blow you like a knife and glide away. Far beyond the clouds, you'll find another place. If the road ahead seems so cold and gray, night never turns to day. Don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Don't be afraid. You got the power to get through the darkest nights. Chala. Zooming down and round in the sky like a coaster. Hold on tight, or you may find yourself trapped in a maze. When that happens, you may think you will never find your way. As the past, you may take sin all the same. If the road ahead should be so cold and gray, when night never turns to day, don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest night. Hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Remember it is a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest nights. Chala.
ELW presents KliqBait Wrestling. What is going on, people? This be your boy Smith. As always, joined by my North American thick boy tag team partner, Mattitude 22. What's going on, Matt?
Just chilling. It's Raw. It's Monday Night Raw.
That's right, Monday night, so we're live for Raw. We'll be talking about all the things that went down this weekend. We had a TNA's Victory Road we're going to talk about a little bit. Things going down for Bad Blood coming up. And a lot of other wrestling chicanery, so... I gotta fix my boat. My boat's a little rocky right now. Gotta fix the boat. Gotta find a good boat that floats.
CM Punk.
See,
Did you catch that MLW show?
I did not. Was it on YouTube?
It was.
I'll have to go back. Like lately, I haven't really been getting no like notifications or anything about MLW, which I should since I'm subscribed.
Do they still do a weekly show or not?
Am I taking in water? Why do I sound like I have like a weird echo or something? What's going on? Let me see.
We're doing the show from under the sea.
Ah, boat humor. There we go.
I went like right over my head. Oh shit.
But yeah, Raw starting off. We got CM Punk in the ring doing everything but wrestle. But I mean, that's kind of typical nowadays with the bigger talent in WWE. It's more sell the big shows, and we're not going to fight on the little shows. But we got October 5th. Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell, McIntyre, CM Punk. Alright, so this past... Well, what's that?
Is that taking in water thing, like, bro, that cracked me up. 'Cause it's like taking in water and we're thinking like, do we sound like we're underwater? It's like, oh shit. That's good. That was funny.
But this past Friday, TNA had their show Victory Road, which I kind of thought was going to be a nothing pay-per-view, and it kind of was. But it's also one of those things that I've noticed with TNA in the past where they'll do kind of nothing shows, but they'll like change so many titles within these nothing shows.
Yeah.
Because I think, like 3 titles changed hand at Victory Road. We have a new X Division champion, a 3-time now, and 1 Speedball Mike Bailey, which I don't understand what was the point of giving it to Zachary Wentz just to kind of hotshot it right back off him like 2 weeks later.
It's kind of weird, especially since the next day we had that match at NXT with Wesley, but the title wasn't even defended in that match.
I did notice
Like,
though, TNA was crowing about like, oh man, for the first time ever, TNA the X Division title was represented in a outside of TNA, which is like fine, but I'm just like, did you just give the guy the title just so he could bring it on TV?
it almost makes you wonder if that's what it was.
Because like right after that, we get this whole thing of you guys didn't get a title match for the tag team titles because, like I called it, Wesley did something to Trey Miguel, but we didn't see it. It's all off camera, and we didn't get to see the Rascals versus Frazier and Axiom. But it's like I'm almost under the opinion like y'all just gave Wentz the title just so he could bring it to NXT and it'd get on like national TV. Cause like right after that, he loses the belt to fucking back to Speedball.
Yeah, like that's exactly what they did. That's literally exactly what they did.
What's going on,
Like
Ian Gojira?
They gave him the title and they're like, hey, like you're going to NXT. You're gonna be on the WWE network, right? Here, take the title. Show it off on that network. Oh, fuck Mike Bailey. This isn't about him. Show off the title on our network on their network. Like that's what it felt like. Like that's all it was.
Well, I wouldn't say fuck Mike Bailey. I think it's one of those things of like, because you're already in this program, you already have a reason to be there, right? because you're going in with this kind of feud with Wesley. So your chances of showing up on a WWE program is greater than Mike Bailey is right now. So yeah, take the belt, show it off on Peacock, but then we got to give it back to Bailey because we literally just gave the belt to Bailey.
My problem. See, this is the thing I don't like about TNA is like they do too much of that. Like, okay, so it's like, why have ABC beat the system just to drop it back to the system? Like, why bother?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing with the women's knockouts title. Spitfire got the belts, lost it to Militia, but then the whole time they've been having the rematches. They kept losing. Now they had their match. If they lose, they got to split up, which is kind of dumb because they're technically the only knockouts tag team you actually have. So they won. They once again won the titles, and I don't know if they're trying to turn Slamovich baby because then she gets jumped by Tasha Steelz, who was Alicia Edwards' replacement. But it's like, okay, that's cool. They won the titles back. I mean, I can see they were chasing. I wouldn't say it was a hot shot for the Knockouts tag because, Militia had the belt for a good couple of months.
It wasn't a hot
The
shot.
difference between that and the X Division is a little different because, like, Speedball literally just won it at what? He won it at Slammiversary, loses it at Emergence. Well, technically doesn't even lose it because it's an X Division match, so he didn't even take a fall. And then gets it right back at Victory Road. So,
Like the thing with the Knockouts tag titles is you're right. It wasn't. It wasn't like a hot potato thing, but it was just like they never deviated off of that one feud. Like Militia never faced anybody else. They never defended the titles against.
No, I mean they did defend it against other people, but 9 times out of 10, the only other tag team they were beating up was Spitfire because again, they don't have any Knockouts tag teams anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what happened to that team of Taylor Wilde and the other chick, the witches they were doing? What happened to them?
I think they're both gone from I don't think they're in TNA anymore.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had some female tag team. What happened to the Death Dolls with Havoc?
I don't know.
So like I don't know. So like I said, but I mean they have had them defend the titles and wrestle. But it's like 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Spitfire because it was the only team they had. It was literally the only other team they had. To the point where it's like Militia itself is makeshift because Masha was teamed with Killer Kelly and MK Ultra, but then y'all broke that up for whatever the fuck reason.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not seeing Killer Kelly in the ring anytime soon. That's for sure. But
why not?
She's with child.
Well, yeah, that would definitely do that. Yeah, that would definitely do that. Now, was that the cause of the team breaking up, or that was before that?
No, it wasn't the cause of the team break. I think it's just a thing where I think she left TNA.
Oh, okay.
I think she quit TNA.
Because I mean, MK Ultra was a good team.
Yeah, I thought they were good. Like again, like why like the system were doing something where they had all the titles and then you took the world title off Moose took the tag titles off ABC. You took the titles off the system, put them on ABC, just to have ABC drop them back to the system.
But again,
It's kind of weird.
it's another one of those things of like the ABC took it from them and then have a bit of a run. And yeah, they lose it at maybe the next big major pay per view because they've defended the titles since winning them. But it's like, it's almost again like, are we running out of tag teams here? Like, what's good? I know we got the Hardys in play now, but it's like, where's your tag team division right now, TNA?
That's what I mean. Like you got the Hardys right there. Like I don't understand why we're putting the titles back on the system when you got the Hardys right there.
It's almost like TNA loses the machine guns and now they don't know what to do now. It feels that way almost because it's like, where's the rest of your tag division? TNA used to be known for having a decent tag division. What happened?
I'm glad you said that because see, like this is something I've been saying. This is a problem I've been saying with TNA for years. Is they're always they rely on one person too often, and that's the problem. Is they relied on the Motor City Machine Guns to be the tag team division, and now they don't have the Machine Guns anymore. So it's like now they don't know what to do.
Yeah, they
It's like
really
they're
don't, because it's
relying.
like, I remember a time
It's
like
like
TNA had a rich tapestry of tag teams going from the NWA TNA days to just the TNA days. Now I'm just like, the only two teams I ever see competing is the System or the ABC. And then every other tag team is just either makeshift or a tag team that's not doing shit, a la first class type shit. But there's no other real like official tag team in TNA. Can you name another tag team that's not ABC and the System right now, currently? I'll wait.
are we are we not? I mean, are we not counting the Hardys?
I mean, yeah, you got the Hardys too, but can you name some more besides the Hardys currently?
Oh, because no, because there is none.
Yeah,
That's why you got Eric Young and Steve Macklin teaming
yeah.
together.
You
That's why
got
you got
Hammerstone and Jake Something becoming a team, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with, but I hope like this is gonna be something y'all gonna commit to, and then not
because
something you forget about next week.
basically they relied on the machine guns and now they don't have the machine guns anymore, so they have nothing. It's like look at the knockouts division. Who in the knockouts division is on par with Jordan Grace right now? Nobody. Like who's even close to being on par with Jordan Grace? There's nobody. She's demolished every
Well,
female in that company.
that's
She's
why she's doing
demolished
this
them
open.
twice
That's why
over.
we doing NXT open challenges and shit, because it's like, yeah, because she's NXT is exacerbated. Not NXT. I mean TNA has exacerbated their knockouts division. That Jordan Grace has beaten you all already. The only
That's
thing
the
she could do,
problem. That's what
she
they
could do
do.
is beat you again.
They literally are putting the entire knockouts division on the giant back of Jordan Grace, and that's it. So like let's say like if Jordan leaves, they have no other stars. They have nothing because basically everybody else on that roster has just been fed to Jordan Grace.
I mean, AJ. I mean, that could be a valid criticism. Like, oh, wait, but I'm saying, but they're not really building any new talent. The best thing that I could say is them like pushing a newer person is like Zaya Brookside, maybe. Because anybody
So
else is repackaged WWE product, Ash by Elegance, and everybody else is like who? Alicia Edwards. What's that chick's name? The Giselle Shaw, whoever. Like, what's their
she's
roster?
gone.
She's gone. Steph Delanders is out.
That's what I'm saying. They have
So
nobody. Yo,
what?
real quick, shout out to AJ. AJ, I haven't seen you here in a minute, man. Nice to see you back.
But yeah, so it's like I want to see TNA do good, but right now this is why I've been saying like the NXT partnership is good for them because they really don't have anyone. They really don't.
But 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 that's a problem though. That's a problem in itself
Oh,
though,
and I thought of
right?
another
Like you
tag
shouldn't.
team, the Rascals. There you go, another tag team.
There you go. Okay, that in itself is a problem. Like you shouldn't have to rely on somebody else's talent because you have an
Yeah,
inability to make
but
stars.
but but
Like
but
here,
it,
I'm gonna
here's
say
the
this.
thing
I'm
though.
gonna
They
say
didn't have.
this. I'm
It's
gonna
not a
say
thing if
this.
they didn't have inability to make stars. You got
They
to
do
remember
though.
that TNA didn't have that many like real new talent. Everybody that they had up until maybe a year or two ago were people that cut their teeth someplace else. Like if your name wasn't Frankie Kazarian, James Storm, or like Eric Young, everybody else that comes into TNA did something someplace else.
It,
Even the Eddie Edwards of the world. He cut more people knew him from Ring of Honor than they did from TNA.
the issue is though, is like okay, like let's say Jordan Grace leaves TNA. They haven't done a good enough job building anyone else to be at that level. Like nobody else in that knockouts division looks like a star because they've all just been food for Jordan Grace. Xia Li needs to come in and beat Jordan Grace for the title immediately. Like that's
Well,
what needs to happen.
first thing they need to do is get some women that actually look like they could compete. Because a lot of them don't look like they compete. A lot of them, compared to Jordan Grace at this stage, look like children. And that's not saying like that's Jordan Grace's fault. Listen, Jordan Grace, she didn't start out in TNA looking like this. She didn't come out the gate like this. She came in here looking all thick and doughy. And went through the process of just shit. She knew this look for her was had a peak. That look had a peak. She knew if she wanted to get higher than that peak, she had to do more. And slowly throughout what about a year, 5 years time, man, she transformed herself to where she's at with WWE's like, hey man, you looking good over there. You been working out? You want to come play in our Rumble? You know what I'm saying? Cause now
Yeah,
they see marketability in her now. Like I said, you could go back to old tape, like probably okay. Remember that time when Braun Strowman like pushed the truck thing with Roman Reigns? Remember that? Remember all that nonsense?
yeah.
Yeah, and they were doing all those backstage segments. If you remember, there was a little thick, doughy Jordan Grace in that segment. So they've always known who she was. They just knew at that time she wasn't ready. Especially we're still doing the McMahon Laurinaitis era. So yeah, they look at someone like Jordan Grace, a little thick, doughy bitch. Nah, she not ready. She not Mandy Rose material. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna pass her up back then. But now look at her now. Under Papa Paul, who's all about uh, some Joshis and buff women and all the athleticism. Like I said, Jordan's perfect. And she's tiny. We in the land of we used to be in the land of the giants, now we in the land of the midgets, okay?
But that's the point I'm making. Like she's gonna be gone soon, and then what other stars do they have in the women's locker room?
Well,
None of them,
they need to start
because
bolstering somebody up. They need to start bolstering somebody up.
because all they've done is have all their knockouts lose to Jordan Grace, so they all look like losers. Frankie Kazarian looks like a big loser. Could have did something with him when he came back, but they beat him every chance they get.
I
So now he
mean,
just looks like a
they
loser.
gave him the X division, but then that kind of he didn't win the
Barely,
title though.
they gave him the X Division title just for him to immediately do Option C. He
and
didn't
not
even have a run with the X Division
and
title.
not win the title
He
too.
did he did Option C the very next night. Like who's a major player in the X Division right now outside of Mike Bailey? Like who's a major player? Like, nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's why I said
Like
they need to
who's a
work
like
on that.
outside of Josh Hendry, outside of Josh Alexander, Joe Hendry, and Moose, who's a major contender for the world title. Like, and Josh Alexander has already told you he's gonna be gone once his TNA contract is up. Joe Hendry's gonna be gone once his contract is up because WWE is already conditioning you to be like, hey, don't worry, Joe Hendry's gonna be here. He fucking wrestles on NXT more than he fucking wrestles on TNA. So those two guys are gonna be gone, and then what are you gonna have? Moose? You got the world title on Nick Nemeth. He's not even signed to a contract. You have an unsigned wrestler as your world champion. Like,
Well,
why
I thought
didn't
they
they
signed
sign
Nick
the?
Nemeth.
No, he's not even signed there.
Well, that's not a
It's
good
just like with
look. Like so, he can
it's just like
he can literally leave with your title at any time. Then
yes, it's just like with Mustafa Ali. Like they put the X Division title on Mustafa Ali, and he's only there for a run. Like the Hardys aren't signed to TNA; they're only there for a run. All these guys are going to be gone soon. Like, why didn't they sign the grizzled young veterans when they were there?
I don't know. Maybe it's a money thing. I don't know. It's you would think if these people came through your door, you would like, hey man, we need talent like you here. But yeah, grizzled young veterans came in for a cup of coffee. Now they on AEW TV.
It's like laughable. Like this is why like TNA is like TNA is like almost like laughable at this point.
Like I
Like you
said,
have no stars in the X division, you have no tag teams, you have no stars in the knockouts division,
okay,
and
so
all your big names are on their way out. And then somebody like Frankie Kazarian who loves TNA and wants to be in TNA fucking beat him every week. So the one guy that wants to be there because he loves that promotion, you beat him every single week, so he looks like a giant loser.
okay, so that kind of got me thinking right now as we were talking about it. So okay, so with the current roster that TNA has, who then would you then bolster up as main event guy, X Division, tag team? Who?
Hammerstone, 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 Hammerstone should immediately be factored into the world title picture. Like there should not even be a question. Like Hammerstone should immediately be factored into the world title picture.
So you don't want him tagging with Jake something?
Hammerstone is a fucking he's a star, man. He's a bona fide star. Jake something is gonna hold him back.
But I'm saying like he's already been in NXT jobbing out to Obafemi. WWE might be interested in Hammerstone.
That's why like Frankie Kazarian and Hammerstone, those are and O Hendry, for as long as you have him, those are the three guys you should be building your company around. Fuck Josh Alexander because Josh Alexander already told you he's gonna be gone. He already tried to leave and you guys forced him to stay. So you know he's gonna be gone once his contract is up. So fuck Josh Alexander at this point. Joe Hendry, Hammerstone, and Frankie Kazarian, those guys should be like those guys should be your top priority.
Yeah.
Those three guys should be the future of the TNA title. And Moose. Those
Well,
four guys.
Moose. How long has Moose got left?
I think Moose just resigned not that long ago.
Okay, so he's all in. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't like I wouldn't waste my time on Nick Nemeth unless he's willing to put pen to paper.
Yeah, I agree with you on that though. Like, I don't even know why you put the title on him in the first place if he ain't put pen to paper.
Like you're oh, you know what? I'll throw another name out there. Mike Santana. Mike Santana. Those five guys, those five guys should be the future of your company going forward. Like the Hardys, you could give them a title run, but again, the thing with the Hardys is they're not signed. They're not signed. The Hardys are trying to go back to WWE. They're not trying to stay in TNA for longer than they have to. They already said they want to go back to WWE.
We just
Probably,
Jeff's got to stay clean long enough for them want
yeah,
them to bring you back.
exactly. Like I don't know, man. Like the grizzled young veterans, I can't believe they didn't sign them. I can't believe I don't know if they tried to and they weren't interested, but I can't believe they let them walk.
Well, I don't think
Like
Hammerstone was
Saints,
stuck in MLW though. He was their top guy for a good while there after Jacob Fatu
yeah,
left.
he was you. No,
Yeah,
even
with
before
dynasty
he
with the
Jacob Fatu
dynasty and all
left.
that. Yeah, he was pretty much always in the upper card. Him, MJF, Holland, but I don't think he was. I wouldn't say he was stuck there.
I mean, no, like
I
he
think
did
he
his
just
run.
realized he got to a point where he can't go any further in MLW as far as like his career.
Yeah,
He's got to go somewhere
he
else now.
plateaued. He plateaued.
Like he was like their longest reigning middleweight champion, and then he got the world title. Like I said, he was their top guy for a good period of time after Jacob Fatu's reign. So it's like, yeah, he can't do nothing else unless they was to put the title back on him and have another reign. But MLW really is not working like that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, yeah, Gojira. That's what I'm saying. Like in my mind, like Nick Nemeth is gonna be gone soon. So why waste your time with him as the champion when you got Frankie Kazarian is right there, and Frankie Kazarian is somebody that told you he doesn't want to wrestle anywhere else. Like that's who should be your world champion, not somebody that's already told you they're gonna be gone, or not somebody that already told you that they don't wanna sign.
Yeah, because I could definitely be like, Nemeth is just waiting for somebody, waiting for WWE. Like, hey, you want to be Ziggler again? You want to be
Precisely,
Ziggler?
precisely he's waiting until he gets a phone call from Triple H or Tony Khan. That's all he's waiting for. He's just waiting till he gets a better offer.
Meanwhile, Billy Corgan's call stays on unanswered. Like, God damn it, Billy, stop calling me.
Actually, I saw earlier. I guess Juventud Guerrera is going to be on NWA Power this week.
Not
I'll probably
surprised.
watch that. I'll probably watch that. I like
The
the juice.
juice? The juice? Hell yeah.
Juice. I don't watch a lot of NWA, but I'll watch that. I'll watch the juice.
Yeah, I'll check that out. But the rest of the product is like I said, I try to watch it sometimes, and it's unwatchable.
Uh, I hear what you're saying, Gojira, but that's why I'm saying like Xia Li needs to come in and be immediately booked like a force of nature.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with JBL over there, but I guess JBL
Bro,
like, listen, I'll take a couple dollars. Y'all want to
bro,
pay me to do nothing.
bro, JBL's cooking something because he's been showing up everywhere.
Why? Where else did he show up?
He was at GCW.
Oh yeah, that's right, he was.
He was with Nick Nemeth at AAA. He showed up at MLW the other day. Bro, like JBL's cooking something, man. He be showing up and just be giving people clotheslines from hell out of nowhere. Yeah, he showed up at a GCW and attacked Effie.
Yeah, maybe he's working some Machiavellian thing for the E.
I don't know.
Because I mean, hey, if anybody would be like that guy to be the heel company man, it'd be JBL. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if
Yeah.
this was some kind of like inner promotion thing. Yeah, JBL be that guy because he instantly could generate some heat. So I don't know. Like I said, you just gotta stay posted. But yeah, we had new knockouts tags in Spitfire. We got new X Division champion in Speedball Mike Bailey, and then we got new tag team champions, and once again the System. Listen,
Uh,
this is the most successful run Ryan Myers is ever gonna get in his wrestling career, so he's gonna drink it up. Okay. Outside of him being a edge stooge, this is the pickle right here. The fucking System.
uh, real quick, I just wanna mention it. Did you hear about like the NXT thing for like next week?
What's that?
Like, I guess they're gonna be in St. Louis, and they were advertising Randy Orton, and I guess the building they were at holds, I think it holds like 17,000 people, and they just announced they're going to a different venue that only holds 3,000 people because I guess they barely sold any tickets.
All right. All right. It is what it is. I
You
mean,
know,
it's
though,
better.
at
It's
least
better than sitting in a big ass empty arena. So hey, it makes
that
sense.
that that's the point I was gonna make. Like, I'm glad they kind of realized that, hey, like, listen, like, we're not gonna fill this thing up. So let's just take the L, and let's just get a smaller building. Like, that's the point I wanted to
I
make.
mean, I think all of the companies need to start taking a hint on that because, like, excuse me, the new trend right now is you can hide it on TV that there's no one on the other side of this hard cam, but you got a whole audience with camera phones who are gonna take photos of it, and then they put it online and like show how it looks kind of ridiculous that a bunch of wrestlers are staring out to no one.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing you can ever fucking see. Like a wrestler just standing in the ring facing no one. And not only that, but you're facing no one except for like a little smattering of people in that first little front row. But then the rest is just dead seats. So it's like, yeah, if you know you're not selling out these venues like that, drop it to a smaller space so at least, like television wise, it looks more like a spectacle than just a careful camera placement where we don't show you this side of the building for like the entire show. You know? And like I said, NXT does it too. Like I said, their hard camera, there's no one on the other side.
Oh,
Which I think is kind of lame. I think having that atmosphere always makes the wrestling show look it seem more extravagant than it is. But when you take away certain elements where you can't see the audience, it takes a little bit away. Like I said, that's what, and I hate to bring it up, that's what makes the Attitude Era so good. Because when you go back to those old shows of Raw and Nitro, ain't no such thing as we just showing you half of an arena because it ain't full. That shit was always full. So that was what it was, the atmosphere. But I'm not saying like, oh, we got to do that now. No, I'm just saying, like, play to your strengths. If you sitting there going, okay, how many people? How many tickets did we sell? We sold 3,000. All right, let's drop it down to a smaller venue so at least it looks like we got a packed crowd. Doesn't matter where we are. It's just like I said, it's for television. And if you happen to sell more tickets, hey, bump it up to a bigger venue. That's all. But this whole
Yeah.
situation of like all these empty ass venues you see, and I'm like I said, it's not just AEW, it is WWE as well. They're guilty of it too. This isn't an exclusivity to one brand, one promotion. Both are guilty of this crime of booking venues that they can't fill. And then they find themselves sitting in a spot where, like I said, you got fans taking photos of a half-empty arena. You got fans taking shots of just half-empty, like literally just half-empty buildings. And you can't sit there and be like, oh, this is fake. Nah, that motherfuckers went there. They were there.
Yo, real quick. Did you see Lyra Valkyria got engaged?
Yeah, I heard about that. I seen the photo.
Bro, did you see the picture of her fiance?
Nah, I didn't. I really didn't like peep it that hard.
Bro, shoot for the stars, son. Shoot for the stars, cause you never know.
What is he?
Holy
Is he? Is
shit.
he? Is he kind of like out of his league?
Out of his league does not even sum it up.
So is it one of those things where like he's got a face for radio, but he's got like a huge cock or something?
It's gotta be like the dude, bro. The dude looks like he spent more time getting swirlies in high school and getting shoved into lockers than he did getting laid.
Does
But
he
now
look? Does he
but
look
now
like he may own a Magic the Gathering deck?
he looks like the Toxic Avenger before he became the Toxic Avenger.
Alright, nah. You say shit like that. Now I gotta see
but
what the
now,
motherfucker
but
look
now
like.
he's got Lyra Valkyria. So like, fuck, like shoot for the stars, man. like, don't ever let anyone tell you somebody's out of your league.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta see, cause you talking a lot of smack. I gotta see this nigga. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's got to be seen to be believed.
Yo, this nigga won the lotto. Wow, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Dreams can come true.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to grab the brass ring, okay? Because
Oh,
if you believe, you too can achieve. I take it, yeah, he used to be a wrestler, it looks like.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was a wrestler. But, yeah.
Bro, shoot for the stars. don't let anybody ever tell you someone's out of your league, because look what happened. Miracles do happen.
You too can make it. You too can make it. I believe in you. I believe in all of y'all. Okay? Believe in yourself, because I believe in you. All right? Let's. So we got Natalya going up against Zoe from the Les Bros. Natalya is in the ring. She's aside. What she got? Zelina Vega and Lyra Valkyria, because that's why this conversation all came about. And of course the rest of the Les Bros. So just to wonder why we're talking about Lyra's fiance. I mean, hey man, good for him. Good for him. That's what
Listen,
I'll. That's how I got. That's how I'll wrap that up. Good for him. Good for him.
he's gotta, yeah, he's gotta have like a sea monster. Like it's gotta be that.
Do I believe in Joe Henry? Of course, I believe in Joe Henry. Now, Matt, I can't speak for Matt. Matt don't believe in Joe Henry. He's a hater.
I
AJ,
hate
he's
Joe
a
Henry.
hater. See, you hear
I
him right
hate
now?
Joe Henry.
Yeah, he just hates. He just slander just because he wasn't nice to him one time. One time, he didn't say, "Oh, Matt, come sit at my table and be with
That's
Joe
right.
Henry."
That's right.
I don't have to. Attitude who? Get out of here.
Listen, I don't forget, man. Listen, I don't forget.
But yeah. Good for him though. Good for him though. I ain't even mad at the player. You know what? That just lets people know that look at it. Like I said, nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible.
If you're a four, you can end up with a 9. I'm not gonna say Lyra Valkyria is a 10 because I don't think anybody's
I always
a 10.
give Lyra. I'll give her a solid 8.
Actually, let me correct that. Mandy Rose is a perfect 10.
Nah, I wouldn't
Nobody
even
else
say
is.
Mandy's a perfect 10.
Yeah, perfect 10.
Nah, she's like a
Mandy
9.
Rose
She's
is
like a
like-
9. She's like a 9.5. You're forgetting makeup gives like a couple points, but you gotta remember how she looking bare bones, bare bones.
She's like a 15.
Nah, son. See, you haven't seen. Have you seen Mandy Rose bare bones?
I don't know, maybe.
Hold on, son. See, let me help you out, player. Let me show you something. Let me show you what the power of illusion is all about, son. Because it's like, it's like you see these things, and then you go, "Hey, man, what happened here? What are we doing?" I'm just gonna share it in the Discord real quick. I ain't even gonna share it.
No.
Look at this, son. Look at this. Come on now. Come on. It looks a little rough now. Like this is what you wake up to. This is what you wake up to. It's still nice, but is it a 10? Is it a 10? Be honest with yourself. You get this, or you get this. Be real with yourself. Is that a 10? It's still a high score. It's still a high score. Don't get me wrong, but is that a 10? Let's be real. Hold on. You know what? You know what? I know I said I wasn't going to share with chat, but I'd be disserviced if I didn't, because they too need to speak their mind. You know, they too need to be heard. So give me a second, chat. Let me let your boy give you some, get you a taste, because you know y'all hungry too. You need knowledge. You too need knowledge. So you know. Your boy's over here talking that she a 15. She a 15. This might be 15. This might be 15 right here. 15. But it's this. Is this 15? Is this 15? Is this 15?
Oh. Well, there goes that fantasy.
I'm just saying, you set up the expectation too high, man, and you forget about illusions, son. Illusions. See? Optical illusions. All fabricated to get you Spengali, but then you wake up to this. You know? You wake up. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. I gotta
go
pick up the I gotta go collect the pieces of my broken heart. Just give me a minute.
I'm saying, but that's what you gonna wake up to too. That's what you gonna wake up to. But
you know what? I'm still okay with it.
I listen. I never said it was wrong. I never said it was wrong. I just said you might want to rethink your score system, sir. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Is rethink your score system. That's all. Like I said, 8. High eights. High eights. Just not double digits, sir. Just saying.
You and me both. You and me both, Gojira. You and me both.
Look here, man. I'm sorry that I gotta be that guy. You know what I mean? But I care about you guys. That y'all. I don't want y'all to keep going through life. And you know you don't know. You know, because the world doesn't show you the truth. They show you the optical illusions. Like look at this. Look at this. See, now see this is still 10 out of 10. Like Mickey James. Like Mickey James. Your girl Mickey. You know, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. It's for the team, it's for the boys. And you know, and then on natural, still a vision. Lovely lady.
You know
Lick
what,
all
AJ?
this, lucky man.
I like the
Very
way you
lucky
think,
man.
I like the way you think, man. I like the way you think.
You know what you say, Joe. Yeah. Like I said, Mickey James is like a Chardonnay. She gets better with age. Fine wine, even fine wine. Well, Natalia won. Your favorite wrestler, man. She big wins here tonight over Zoe Starks.
The only scenario in which Natalia is my favorite wrestler is if Natalia and Joe Hendry are the only two wrestlers. Then she would be my favorite.
You a hater, bro. You just a hater. Like, why do you harbor such hate for Joe Hendry and Victoria? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us a little bit. Talking some wrestling here. What is this hate for Joe Hendry, man? I know you told me before, but is it? But just because he didn't want to sell you his merch, I mean, are we really gonna hold that kind of grudge?
Yes.
You know, you could have just like came back at him and like, you know what? I'll make my own Joe Hendry merch, and
I'm not that clever.
and I won't have a size for you.
Listen. I come from a code, and that code is like one man does not disrespect another man, especially you don't disrespect a man in front of his lady. Like that's something you never do.
Oh well, you see, you didn't say all that. You didn't tell me the woman was there.
You don't.
That's different. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a second. You didn't tell me the whammon was there. Yeah, you can't be looking bad in front of your whammon. I understand now, but still, you still don't gotta harbor the grudge. I mean, have you run into Joe Hendry in recent times?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, eventually you'll get a run back. You let him know, hey man. But you got to come at him with your custom Joe Hendry T-shirt, and it should say, I made my own Joe Hendry shirt because he doesn't think I'm worthy enough to get my own size.
Oh my god, that would be like legendary.
Yeah. And then in the back it says, but I still believe, just to stick it to him. See, that's how you do it. He looks in the back and he's like, oh man, this guy's fucking razzing me. But then you turn around and they're like, oh, but he's a fan. You know, come on. You know.
That would be legendary. It's it's like, listen, I get it. I'm big. If you don't got t-shirts in my size, just say that. Just say that. You don't gotta try to embarrass me. Just say that. Just be like, listen, man, like this is the only size I have, and then let me make my own decision if I want it or not. When I met Jimmy Havoc, he only had mediums. I bought a T-shirt from him anyway. You just gotta be like that. You
Jimmy.
just gotta be like, listen, man. Thanks, Gojira. It's just it's not the T-shirt. It's like it's the principles. It's like the principles. It's like you don't gotta disrespect someone like that. You don't gotta be
Word.
like that.
Make a bootleg T-shirt and spell his name, bro. Yo, that's like that episode of Martin. Yeah, I don't know if you remember Martin's son, but there was an episode that had a character named Brother Man. And Brother Man was like, yo, he was going to go to the Whitney Houston concert. Old boy was selling bootleg Whitney Houston t-shirts, and that shit had a name spelt wrong. It said Whitney Hutton on it. And the picture of Whitney Houston was just Brother Man with a wig on.
It's funny.
Yo, go get your Joe Henry. Your Joe Henry. Yo, plus if you do it like that, he can't sue you for like copyright infringement.
Oh my god, it's genius.
Good idea, Alex. I'm glad you brought that up. Good idea. So gotta cover your ass there, Matt. I believe in Joe Henry. I believe in Joe Henry.
Oh my god, and imagine if that shirt outsells his shirt.
It's
Oh
the
my god,
Blue World Order all over again.
it's all coming together.
Yo, if
It's
anybody
all
does
coming
that shit, you know where you heard it first. Joe Henry happened here. My man
That's right.
AJ, Joe Henry.
That's right.
So y'all can't steal that. Y'all can't steal that shit. I believe in Joe Henry.
And then the picture it'll just be me, but I'll just have like a blonde wig on it.
Word. You with the blonde wig. I believe in Joe Henry. They love them in Walmart and Target and Toys R Us. They love them in Taco Bell and Pizza Hut and Panda Express. They say, I believe in Joe Henry.
You, Matt, why did you spray? There it is.
Bro, a skunk like sprayed outside my house, and now my air conditioner is like pulling it into my
No, that's gotta fuck. Okay, real quick. Since it happened to you, what does it actually smell like? Does it smell like actual ass or like a human fart or something totally different? What does it smell like?
It smells kind of like it smells kind of like a fart, like if you ate like a lot of eggs.
Ooh, I know that. I know.
That's
I already know what that is. You ain't even gotta say no more.
Yeah. Skunks, bro, skunks.
Well, they say if you gotta get the scent off, you gotta soak yourself in tomato juice or some shit like that.
I did that once.
What? Did you get hit by a skunk?
I sure did.
What? How the fuck you get hit by a skunk?
I, I don't remember.
How the hell you
I don't
run
remember
into
how.
a skunk, man? You just be running into skunks out there in Canada like that?
You know what? No, I think it was like my dog got sprayed, and then when I opened my door, came in the house, and he like ran past me, and then I got it on me, and then I remember like I had to sit in tomato juice.
That's funny.
It's pretty unpleasant. It was pretty unpleasant.
I would be afraid to like have to bathe in tomato juice because I might try to eat some of it. I know that sounds nasty, but I know where my body's been. Don't judge me.
Were you spit? No.
As long as you
Get
don't,
some
as long
spaghetti.
as you listen, as long as you don't fart in the stew, you're all right.
Yeah, that's the deciding factor. Like if you sit in a bath of tomato juice, you're totally good to make some pasta while you're in there. Just don't fart. The fart is the fart is what pushes it over the edge. Like don't worry about the skunk. Don't worry
Nah,
about the skunk
listen.
odor.
The moment you blow beef in the soup, the recipe is ruined. No, that's too much seasoning right there. That's like no. That's the flavor we weren't looking for. No. No, that's not MSG. That's MSG. No. No.
Uh, AJ, if AJ, I'm gonna tell you this, and I want you to believe this. I want you to understand that I'm not lying to you when I say this, and I want you to understand that I'm being 100% honest with you. If if me and Mandy Rose are in a bathtub, you can fill it with any liquid you want. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
He said he don't
Fill
care.
it
He said
with
tomato
any
soup,
liquid.
chicken noodle, lentil, split pea, clam chowder. He said he don't care, son. He said if it's him and Mandy Rose, he said let's get clean. Let's get clean. He like, Mandy, you want me to scrub your feet and get your back? Pour a little tomato on your shoulder.
Let's get clean, and then let's get a little dirty in that order.
But first, let me pour some of this tomato soup on your breast. Let me pour some of this wedding soup all over your buttocks.
Some Italian wedding soup.
Let me pour some of these over your cheeks. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know how we got to bathing in soup, but oh yeah, you got shot by a skunk. That's right. You over here having wild Pokemon encounters with skunk, man. You need to stop that shit. You stop running into skunks in the wild.
Ooh, AJ, that might be the turning point. That might be the point when bath time is over.
That's why I said, like, once you do that, the recipe, no good. No good. You put way too much. And it's like, no, that is that is no longer flavorful at all.
Yeah, that's the turning point. That's the point in which bath time is over.
Mm-hmm. Time to get out. Uh-huh.
It's just I always think of like people, they see the thumbnail, and then like they're like, oh, like what's this about? They must be talking about wrestling, and then they click in, and the first thing they hear is once you fart in the bath of tomato soup, that's when the soup is ruined.
Alright. We got Jimmy and Braun in the ring. Braun spitting some fire though right now.
Yeah.
He told Jimmy, "You ain't nothing without your family, son." He said, "I ain't do this. I ain't do this with my father's name, my uncle's name. I did this on my own, son. I'm a champion. Mm-mm-mm.
Again, I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but I wish we were doing this match at the pay-per-view.
For real though.
Would be a lot better if this match was at Bad Blood instead of just on Raw.
Ooh. Shit, dropping bars. So who you think's gonna win though? Do we get a new champion or does
Braun Breaker. I don't think they're gonna take the title off Braun Breaker this soon, right?
who knows? I mean, if he does, I feel like it won't be clean though. It won't be clean. Well, right now, Braun's getting a little bit of a beating on him now. Oh, but nah, he eats the spear. Yeet. Alright.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me though if they did put the title on Jay. Like that almost wouldn't surprise me
What?
if they switch the title.
I mean, I wouldn't be like. I mean, they're really pushing hard for this Jay Uso get his first ever singles. And I mean, listen, why not? Like, I mean, if y'all are destined, if y'all are determined to not have him be a tag team with his brother, then yeah, you might as well push him to be a single star. Then fuck it. He does need to be wearing some singles gold. He actually needs a title. So, because I mean, here's the thing: you can. I'm fairly sure like Braun Breaker will once again be Intercontinental Champion if he loses the title to Jimmy Uso. Like, I have no doubt about that. So,
Yo, Sky is perfect.
all right, so it's gonna be Io and Bianca. That's what's up. We got the New Day coming out. I'm glad we're back to like kind of get into some matching outfits.
I mean, yeah, not the same color, but
I mean, but they never always wore the same colors on all the outfits. Some could be theme oriented though.
so
I
you
think
think
I
they
think
you
I
think they
think this
beat
one
him?
is theme oriented though.
You think they beating Judgment Day tonight?
I mean, why not? What else they got to do? Like I said, whatever storyline they were supposed to do with the Odyssey Jones shit is dead in the water because he's no longer there. What else are they gonna do? Judgment Day ain't been doing shit with the tag team titles. So I mean, you want to shake things up, put the titles back on the New Day, let the New Day kind of invigorate the tag team scene. Cause like I said, Judgment Day right now ain't doing shit with it.
Yeah.
Just let them have it. Like I said, they're not out there bolstering up the tag division. Like I said, they won the titles, and the titles have been literally laying dormant. So yeah, put it on the New Day. At least with the New Day, I would feel they'll face more tag teams or defend that title more than the Judgment Day are doing.
Oh yeah, agreed. No doubt about that.
I
And
would say honestly and
I kind of hope they
truthfully,
get them.
they should do a revival of the New Day and get Big E back. And even though he can't wrestle, he can still be there as like a mouthpiece type manager.
Yeah, he could be like their corner man.
Yeah, he'd be that hype man. So it's like, because like I said, what else are they doing? Yeah, not heel turn for Woods. I mean, I'd like a heel turn for the whole New Day, to be honest with you. Like I said, I think they really didn't explore how much they could have done with heel New Day because it got over so fucking quickly. But they were good like comedic heels that could do shit, but it was just like I said, they got over too quickly. Then they instantly got turned to babyface after the fact, and never looked
Yeah.
back. But I'd be like, it's been a decade. I think you could afford to do a New Day heel run again. Like, what do they got? What do they got to lose? Like, for real, what do they got to lose? Like I said, ain't doing shit. Like I said, Kofi got the title for a cup of coffee reign, and then got squashed out in actual seconds, and they never looked at that title ever again. He not even a factor. And then the one time he might have got close to it, it was during the Roman Reign era, and like yeah, you already know how that turned out. So it's like yeah, man, might as well. They couldn't do any worse right now outside of you just letting them go. You know they could go in the ring. You know they could do good promo. So why are they not in some kind of at least in a higher profile at least to help others kind of get elevated to a degree?
Yeah.
And by elevated, I don't mean them just jobbing out to other teams. I mean like hey, like have them have matches with like good tag teams, have good series of matches, whatever. I mean, shit. The Street Profits are kind of the same way too. Like it's like, yo, where are we at with the Street Profits right now? Are they a tag team that can win a title again, or we just here we just a part of the furniture now? We just here to get the crowd hot. You know, like when they when they did the whole replacement thing on NXT, it's like, did you pick them because they were former NXT champions, or did you just pick them because it's like it's the Street Profits? We know the crowd will get hot for them. It's whatever, you know. Because even then, at the end of the day, none of that mattered because the Bloodline came in and just fucking wrecked shop. You know what I'm saying? That title match was for nothing. So what? I kind of wonder, was that the plan for if the Rascals were in that match, or this was just the audible because you didn't have the Rascals? Like, I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of weird because the thing is like why does the Bloodline need to go to SmackDown? Like, why would you want to go to the developmental?
Just to say you run
You're out-
the whole of WWE. Listen, I'm not even mad that the Bloodline showed up and wrecked shop. It's like, hey, it at least gives it a thing of we're acknowledging that these other brands exist and we're gonna dominate every last one of them. And if that means we just pull up on your show and wreck shop, then so be it. Like, it's fine. I'm not even mad at that.
it just doesn't make sense to me because okay, like let's say for the Good Brothers, they're not doing anything on SmackDown. They're not getting utilized on SmackDown. It makes sense for them to want to go to NXT and challenge the tag team champions to kind of like, hey, like we gotta build ourselves back up. Like we gotta rebuild ourselves. This is the way to do it. Okay, makes sense. But for the Bloodline, you're already better than everybody at NXT. Why are you looking back? You should be looking forward, not back.
Your solo got married?
You shouldn't be looking back. Like let's go see what the guys below us are doing. Like, nah, it doesn't make sense. Like you're already past that level. You've already surpassed them.
I mean, like I said, I just hope all of this match is not for nothing, man. Like I'd like to see something happen in this match. It's the equivalent of a tag team appearing on Ring of Honor from AEW. Yeah, kind. Cause usually you already know anybody showing up from Ring of Honor, they probably not winning on AEW.
Anybody can take his picture and put.
Probably not gonna win.
Like, okay, it's not though. Like, Ian, you're missing the point of what I'm saying. It's not the thing of a tag team is showing up to NXT, but it's like, do you see the Young Bucks trying to go to Ring of Honor and challenge Sammy and Dustin? No, because the Young Bucks are already the AEW tag team champions. They've already surpassed that level, so you don't see them going back to Ring of Honor. You don't see them going backwards. They're already past that level. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like if a team like Private Party goes to Ring of Honor, then it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. It makes sense because they don't get a lot of play on AEW. So it makes sense for them to want to be here. But you don't have the Bucks going to Ring of Honor. Like you're not seeing like FTR going to Ring of Honor. You're not seeing the Acclaimed go to Ring of Honor because they know that they've surpassed that.
FTR barely went to Ring of Honor when they were Ring of Honor tag team champions, bro.
Yeah, that's my point because they've already passed the level of Ring of Honor. They don't need to go back down to Ring of Honor. They've already passed it. So that's what I'm saying. Like from a standpoint of Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu were good enough that they didn't need to go to NXT. They just went straight to the main roster. Why would you then go back down to NXT? Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think they were just there just to beat people up. That's it. That they could
Beat people up on SmackDown.
Did you see the video they put out online?
You know,
Hold on. See if I can find it. Not that. Trying to find the video for you. Shoot.
what was it?
It was like backstage stuff with the bloodline, like after NXT and shit.
Okay.
You know what? I'm stupid. I would dare not believe it would happen. Wow, they don't have it. Wow, come on, WWE. I would at least think you would do it for your own shit.
It was too controversial. WWE's like, nah, this is too controversial. They can't be seen. This cannot be seen by the public. We have to erase it.
You got it right. Oh, here we go. I found
Huh? Who are you? Nobody. Because if you ain't the bloodline, you ain't anybody. My orders of the tribal chief.
See? That's why they showed up to NXT. By orders of the tribal chief.
Who are you? Nobody. Because if you ain't the bloodline, you ain't anybody. My orders of the tribal chief.
So that's why.
They look like they all enjoy cocaine.
But I'm saying, like, clearly there's something cooking. Because, I mean, they just making content for what? Why would you do that? Unless you were trying to you trying to do something. You feel me?
Especially Tama. He's probably got like a deviated septum from doing so much cocaine. 'Cause that boy always hyper.
Oh, thought they knew they almost had it there for a minute. Hey, you ever had a ginger snap cookie?
Yeah.
I got me some ginger snaps, and they got a flavor, apple cinnamon ginger snaps. Oh man, they're really good.
Whoa. Never had an apple cinnamon gingerbread.
It's pretty good. They had them like it's limited edition, so I grabbed like 2 bags. Ref, come on, ref.
Oh my god. Shenanigans to the extreme.
Mm-hmm. No good can come of this. Mm-mm. Come on, ref. With Kofi.
Bro, it looks like he landed like right on his arm.
I mean, Kofi, why are you over there looking shocked? Like did you not think to get back in the ring during your match?
Yeah.
Now Xavier's getting mad.
Damn.
I mean, where's Biggie? Biggie got to come help his boys. Oh, we got a Wyatt 6 segment.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna scan the thing and see what comes of it.
Yeah, you do that because I missed it.
If I get like some fucking malware WWE, then blame you.
They're gonna send you a coupon for 10% off WWE merch.
I don't like this. I'm frightened.
So what was it?
It's like a thing. It looks like a web point. It looks like a web 1.0 page, and it says on the top, an open door is a welcome that makes a stranger into a friend. And then it says, can you keep a secret? Why didn't I trust him? Learning, overlap. I found my journal, and then there's like a lot of pages. There's like a lot of stuff you can click on, but I'm very scared to click on anything.
Click it.
Should I? Okay, page 1. It says it appears to be some writing. It says, I saw him, and the more I tried to chase him, the more he told me he didn't exist. Page 2, more writing. It says, I'm going to find you, and you will tell me your secrets.
Okay.
Page 3 says, when I saw him, time and energy stored, but I never really own him. Should I keep going?
Might as well.
Okay, page 4. I was thankful he let me see him because he is before time or any of you. Yeah, we're going into page 5. There appears to be a stick drawing. The writing is becoming more intangible, like it's harder for me to read. It says that's where he lives. You'll never see him or get to see him. At page 6. He saw the parts of me that I tried to hide, and he said that's okay because he had them too. Scared to see what's on page 10. All right, we're going on to page 7. There appears to be another drawing of an arrow pointing to something, and it says he lives there, and you can't find him unless he wants you to find him. Okay, page 8. He is in the shadow, and he's always been there. IDK, if any of this is making something sense, but I see. And then page 9 is a big smiley face. It says, I think he's writing this. And page 2 says, now I wonder if he is me, or if that's what he wants me to think. And there's other stuff you can like click on.
Plus, why did Kofi jump on all of them when the LWO showed up? He didn't have to do that. Like, he really didn't have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was a little weird.
Xavier was beefing with LWO.
New Day's definitely seen better days.
I mean, Xavier's not wrong. Why didn't you tell him the plan?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong. If that was the plan, why did you put me on to that so I knew that the LWO was going to come back us up? But I don't know. That's whatchamacallit. Oh,
That's a little weird.
So let's talk about Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson. That's supposed to go down at Dynamite Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Which is like shit, almost a decade in the making here. Since the days of the original Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think that's gonna be wild.
I mean, definitely. I think. Listen, like I said, McGuinness. He looks like he's in good shape. I don't think they're gonna go too hard, but I think they'll go hard enough. You know. But who you picking to win that though?
Neighbors doing the cleaners or they're cleaning up the house.
Would you think they give McGuinness the win or give it to Bryan?
It's hard to say. I might be leaning towards Nigel.
Because it's not going to be for the title, so he won't be leaving if he loses.
See, that's what makes me think that Nigel kind of might get the win. Like maybe not clean, like maybe he won't beat Bryan clean, but maybe we might see some like some interference or something.
Well, I'm not that familiar, but what's their match record in Ring of Honor together? Because I know they had a couple different matches. Like who walked away the winner, or was it like kind of still split? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think most of those times, I think McGuinness got the wins on most of those matches. Correct me if I'm wrong. That would be the only reason that give Bryan the win, since McGuinness was out there beating him back in the Ring of Honor days.
I know they had the one match, the unification match, where Bryan won. Is that the only match they had?
I could have sworn they had more than one match together.
Okay, here we go. September 26, 2009. Ring of Honor, Glory by Honor 7. Bryan Danielson defeats Nigel McGuinness. September 13th, Battle of the Best. Bryan Danielson defeats Nigel McGuinness.
Okay.
February 23rd, 2008, Nigel McGuinness defeats Bryan Danielson. Survival of the Fittest 2007, Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness in a time limit draw. 2007, Bryan Danielson defeats Nigel McGuinness. Earlier in the year, at WSW International Assault, Bryan Danielson defeats Nigel McGuinness.
Sounds like
June 6,
Bryan getting most of the wins here.
Yeah. June 1st, 2007, Bryan Danielson defeats Nigel McGuinness. Ring of Honor Epic Encounter 2, August 25th, 2006, best 2 out of 3 falls. Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness in a time limit draw. World title / pure title unification match, Bryan Danielson defeats Nigel McGuinness. July 29th, 2006, and Danielson defeats Nigel McGuinness. April 29th, 2006, Ring of Honor World title plus the pure title in a pure wrestling rules match. Nigel McGuinness defeats Bryan Danielson. So I don't know. Looks like Bryan won most of those encounters.
Yeah, it seemed that way. Like McGuinness won a couple draws, but then hey man, why not? Hey, give McGuinness the win then. Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah. It would kind of. I don't know. Like, it probably makes more sense for Bryan to win, but it would be kind of nice to see Nigel win.
Yeah, why not? Like I said, you're not putting the title on the line, so why not have a let Nigel win?
Like even if it was like a kabuki-ish like finish, like even if there was like some interference, and like Moxley comes out and hits Bryan with a Death Rider, and then
wow,
like
we already broke the top rope.
Yeah, not wasting any time with this one.
Break the ring.
Is this like even an official match, or is this just like just thrown out?
I guess the match is over. Oh. Who the hell? Wait. You brought it through a person at him? I was like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Bro, I thought did someone like jump the barricade and literally just decide to jump the barricade and jump on Braun?
That would have been funnier too. That's what I thought for a second there, but they like throwing people. Come on now, we throwing people.
That's stupid. See, this is the kind of shit I don't like, you know?
Mm-mm-mm. He threw somebody with a Yeet shirt on. So big nothing segment for not a real match, just kind of a big man brawl for a few minutes. Oh, we're not done. We're going now backstage with it. Are we doing another big high spot here or something?
It's kind of weird.
What was he gonna run him over? Up, flipping over golf courts. Up, the camera feed's dead. Oh, he mushed him through the table again. Oh, through the ball. I always like when WWE just puts like a random wall somewhere
Yeah.
in a building. But I mean, I guess what that's what that was going for right there with the. But where does this crescendo at? Are we doing this at a pay per view or something? Like, what are we doing now?
No. Oh, we definitely not doing this at a pay-per-view.
But yeah, I already know that.
So you can only have 5 matches.
Unless it's WrestleMania.
You can only have 5 matches, so we don't have a spot for these two giants.
Hmm. I wonder. Hmm. Okay, so next premium live event coming up, Matt, is Bad Blood, which will be
Yeah.
in Atlanta, Georgia. And kind of already on the card, I think it's gonna be Solo, Sokoa, and Jacob Fatu going up against Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
How do you think this is going to work out? Is it going to be like a turn? Or do you think. Because I know we still got War Games coming up, and it's like, are we doing him with the bloodline? And the original bloodline going to get back together with Sammy? Or is Cody gonna be in the War Games? Because, like I said, Survivor Series is not that far off. Or are we just doing this now so we don't have to put Cody in War Games?
I think Cody will be in War Games. I think Cody and Roman will get the win, but I think they'll be like not really on the same page. And then that's the thing where like they won't be on the same page, but they'll get the win. And War Games will be like Cody and Roman having like a mega power style moment. Like that's what that's gonna be about. Like the baby faces will win, and then after like Cody and Roman will shake hands, and it'll be like a big like the two superpowers coming together type thing, you know?
Because, like I said, we're already promoting War Games in November 30th. So we got to start planting that seed of like who's going in this War Games match for the men and the women. I don't like that now Survivor Series is now the home for the War Games and we no longer have Survivor Series matches.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you. I did like when Survivor Series was uh like the brand supremacy, but I liked when they had NXT involved. 'Cause that gave you something different, you know, like it gave you something different.
Yeah. Because I like the Survivor Series matches. Like put War Games in something else. Like pick a side pay per view that doesn't have a real significance and put War Games in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To hype up the lesser known pay per view, but don't put it in Survivor Series. Survivor Series already had its own gimmick, which was the Survivor Series match. In fact, I propose WWE should go back to the original traditional classic style of Survivor Series where you would have a bunch of Survivor Series matches and the survivors of each match, baby faces or heels, would then come together in a match to have a one final Survivor Series match. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that was a fun concept. They only kind of did that once though.
Yeah, that was only in the first one, but it's like that was still like a good idea. After that, they just went with the Survivor Series matches, but they never did the Ultimate Survivor match after that one.
Yeah.
But they should do that now. Like, hey, have a bunch of Survivor Series matches, and then at the end have one match with all those winners coming and having the Ultimate Survivor match.
Like all the heels versus the baby faces.
Yeah. But it's random people because each person, whoever it determines who survived in their match. So it's not a thing of you don't know. Like I said, when they did it, it was like the baby faces versus the heels, but there were more baby faces than heels because more baby faces survived. And that's what makes it more kind of interesting because, like I said, it's a gamble of you could end up in a match where it's just a one-on-one. You can end up in a match where it's like a 4-on-1 on either side, And it's just that
Yeah.
that kind of dynamic and just unpredictability made it more interesting. Like, why can't we go back to that? Like, seriously, just literally, like, boom, go. Like I said, instead of having these 5 matches, let's go back. And like I said, and remember, all of this was done in like 3 hours, maybe 4, if I'm not mistaken. Normal pay-per-view runtime. They didn't do no extra shit. They didn't go till fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. No. Regular pay-per-view, same thing where you had literally multi-men matches and they got this shit done in under 4 hours. We can't do that now? And hell, y'all, WWE nerfed it, because remember, Survivor Series started off as 5-man teams, then it got shrunk down to 4-man teams.
I like the Survivor Series matches.
I do too. That's why I would like for them to come back more for that pay-per-view, but it's like they don't do that. They just do this, or they, like I said, they replaced it all with literally war games. Which is like, it's cool and all, but war games is its own gimmick in itself. Survivor Series has its own gimmick. Why WWE just kind of not like disowned it and went for something different? It's like, bro, the Survivor Series thing would work, bro. Especially when you have all this plethora of talent. You can make teams from SmackDown and Raw and NXT. And you know what I'm saying? And you can have like matches. And like I said, winners of each match go to the main event in an Ultimate Survivor match. Listen, you do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of, like I said, and if you want to do the war games, like I said, put that shit on like a pay-per-view, like a Bad Blood. Bad Blood doesn't have its own identity, because that's always the throwaway type pay-per-view, because it ain't one of the majors. So like the way they got right now, Bad Blood's got a Hell in a Cell match. That's fine. Why? Because it's Bad Blood. You can throw a Hell in a Cell match in a Bad Blood. It doesn't matter. Bad Blood doesn't have an identity the way like WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble or Survivor Series or Survivor Series or the King of the Ring had. All those had an identity. Everything about those had a gimmick.
Yeah.
And then all the other matches, all those other pay-per-views that came afterward were original gimmicks was in your house. And then they branched out to other things to make little like monikers for them and shit. But they were always known as the lesser pay-per-views, where you can get away with having a Hell in a Cell match, or you can get away with an Elimination Chamber and shit like that, where it doesn't impede with the fucking main pay-per-views. And it's also in the reverse, where Money in the Bank was better when it was just a match at WrestleMania instead of its own pay-per-view.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
You know? Yeah, we get all the clever names for teams and shit. I miss that. I miss the Rude Brood and the Hulkamaniacs. You know what I'm saying? The what was Hacksaw had a team? They were the 4x4s. Yeah, the 4x4s. I remember that team.
It's funny.
All right, so we got Sami Zayn and Ludwig Kaiser in the ring. Jabba John. Yeah, the Visionaries. I remember those. That was Rick the Model's team. So Visionaries. Like I said, there were some clever
How long
names back in the day.
How long are we gonna talk for?
I don't know. Like I said, why instead of doing this, why don't they just have? You could have just had a match with Ludwig and Sammy instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Yoko, Team Canada.
Especially like it just feels like the same thing every week. Like every week it's just Sammy trying to goad Gunther into giving him a title match. Like he'd rather kind of annoy Gunther into giving him a match than actually earning a title shot.
Alright, so hold on a second. Alright, so we're gonna real quick since we kind of talking about it. You know, I was like, you know what, might as well, because you know how we do shit around here. We're always thinking of new things for the boys. So we got Rude's Brood. We got the Rude Brood with Perfect, Ravishing Rick, and the Fabulous Rougeos. Hold on. Hold on. How do I get to the next picture? Where's the next picture? I gotta get to the next picture.
Solid team.
That is a solid team, son. The Rude Brood. But I'm trying to switch to the other photos, but where's the arrow? Where is the arrow? Oh, there's the arrow. Hold on. Now this shit's looking all fucked up. I suck. I'm a bad streamer.
You're good.
I'm a terrible streamer, son. I never get it right, but I work on it though. I get better. I'm learning. I'm a learning.
If Jimmy was here, he would agree with you, but you know, he's just kind of like that.
Yeah.
He just wakes up and chooses violence.
He does choose violence. Let's do that, yeah. Now that's better. So we got the Rude Brood. We got a Rude Brood. It's a good name for a team. I approve of the Rude Brood. And then we got the Ultimate Warriors. Or just the Warriors. Got Texas Tornado, LOD, and the Warrior himself.
That's the best team.
The Visionaries, yeah. Rick the Model, Warlord in Power and Glory. Look at these best boys right here, son. Look at these best boys. Looking like studs. Looking like studs. Look at these studs.
Warlord looks weirdly out of place.
Then we got the Foreign Fanatics, Yoko, Crush, Jacques, and Ludwig Borga. The Foreign Fanatics.
They couldn't get away with that nowadays. Ludwig Borga is a name you don't hear brought up very often.
We got the Teamsters. Jeff Jarrett, Jim Neidhart, HBK, Diesel, and Owen Hart. What a combination right there. The Teamsters. Oh, photo not available? Oh no. What happened? They said this team, it must be too controversial. What, was Benoit on the team or something? God, I'm just saying. Then we got the bad guys. The bad guys. Reza Ramon, British Bulldog, 1-2-3 Kid, and the Head Shrinkers. What a motley crew right there, huh?
Underrated team.
Oh, fuck the Doinks. The Doinks and the Dinks. Goddamn Doinks. Clowns are us. Pink, Wink, Doink, and Dink.
I want to see next year at GCW Spring Break. I want to see Microman versus Dink.
Don't even put that out there. Get that out of here. Get
who's
that out of
be,
here.
Who's gonna be the one? Oh, Dink did? Oh well, fuck. All right. Well, I guess it's gonna have to be Microman versus Swoggle.
And then we've got the Dark Side, aka BSK, Undertaker, Savio Vega, Henry Godwin, and Fatu Rikishi.
Meh. Sounds like a bunch of nobodies.
Bunch of nobodies. Bunch of nobodies hanging out with the Undertaker, man. But hold on a second.
A bunch of nobodies and Fatu.
A bunch of nobodies and Fatu. You know, you're right. Fatu's a nobody. Who is he? Who's Fatu? I mean, what's he ever done in the wrestling business, right? Ain't that right, man? What's he done in wrestling, huh?
Nothing.
Nada.
Not like he's definitely not a star like that Rakishi guy.
Yeah, Rakishi's the best
Rakishi.
team.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one. Now, I found the one that had a better list of names. We had the Andre's team, which was Andre Giant, One Man Gang, Butch Reed, Rick Rude, and King Kong Bundy. So that's Andre's team. We had Rowdies, which was Snooker, the Bushwhackers, and of course Roddy Piper. So where is it? I know I saw the 4. Yeah, the 4x4s. Yeah, the 4x4s was Rubbish, Rugged Ronnie Garvin, Bret the Hitman Hart, Hercules, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. 4x4s. 4x4s.
The best Survivor Series team in history was Team Angle.
Team Angle. Is Team Angle on this list?
That's right.
Should be on here.
If they're not, then fuck that list.
Was it called Team? Was it actually called Team Angle?
Yeah, just Team Angle.
They're not on there. I don't see
And
Team
that list
Angle.
is a failure.
You know what? I would agree with you. If Team Angle's not on here, this is a failure. I see Team Austin, Team Authority, Team Bischoff, Team Cena, Team DX, Team Guerrero.
Oh.
I see Team Raw, female, Raw. Tag Team Raw. We got Team WWF, Team WWE Legends. We got 4x4 Alliance, Dream Team 89 and 90. The Enforcers, which, by the way, is the team of Big Boss Man, Rick the Model Martel, Akeem, the African Dream, and the Honky Tonk Man, the Enforcers. We got the Heenan family. We got the Hulkamaniacs 89, Hulkamaniacs 90, the King's Courts, Macho King, Dino Bravo, Greg the Hammer Valentine, and Barry Windham, or known as the Widowmaker. Yeah, that was a great gimmick. Had so much potential, right?
It's because we can't talk about Team Angle anymore.
Who was on Team Angle? Was it
Alright. Let me tell you this star-studded Survivor Series team. You had Kurt Angle, Ovs, you had Hardcore Holly, you had Bradshaw, you had John Cena, and you had Chris Benoit. That's a powerhouse team, bro. That's a powerhouse team. And they went up against Team Lesnar.
We got the Vipers, Jake the Snake, the Rockers, and Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
AJ, the best part about the DX team, the best part about that is when Shawn Michaels super kicked Mike Knox and eliminated him, and then he didn't know who Mike Knox was. He's like who was that? Was he in the match? like that was the best part.
Yeah, Team DX, we had Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and CM Punk.
Yeah, and they did a clean sweep. Nobody on that team got eliminated. They did a clean sweep.
All right, we got Bianca versus Io tonight.
Did you see the PWI Top 500?
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it though.
A lot of people feeling that top 10 pretty controversial.
Well, I mean, okay, let me see. I got the top 500 here. I ain't gonna go through everyone.
Just kind of go through the top 10 and kind of Tell me what you think.
All right, so we got coming from. Let's start from 10, going all the way up. Number 10, we got Mystico. Number 9, Gunther. Number 8, John Moxley. Number 7, MJF. Number 6, Damian Priest. Number 5, Tetsuya Naito. 4, Seth Freaking Rollins. Number 3, Will Ospreay. 2, Swerve Strickland, and 1, Cody Rhodes. Well, of course, number 1's Cody Rhodes. He's endorsed.
The
But,
beating Roman at WrestleMania really kind of put him over the top.
yeah.
I think Gunther is shockingly low.
I would agree with you there. I would at least say like at least at a 5. Like
Yeah.
I'd almost say bump Rollins down a bit and put Gunther up, because I feel like Gunther had more quality of matches, especially in his Intercontinental title reign. That he should be he should be like 5 at least.
Who was top 5 again?
Tetsuya Naito. Tetsuya
5
Naito.
before?
5 is Naito and Rollins.
Yeah, like maybe switch Gunther and Rollins, or switch Naito and.
No, but see, I would say I'd keep Naito before I'd keep Rollins though, because I'd bet dollars to donuts quality of match is way better on Naito's end than Rollins.
AJ says Swerve is too high.
I'd almost agree to a point.
But
he was kind of on fire this year, and just everything else.
I would actually disagree, and I would argue that Swerve not high enough. I would argue that Swerve should be number 1 and Cody number 2.
I wouldn't go that far.
Listen, like, Cody only really had one monumental victory this year. And it was a big one. It was a big one, like beating Roman Reigns. But I don't know, man. Like Swerve was a workhorse this year. Like Cody was not working as hard as Swerve was. That's for sure.
All right, real quick though, I wanna go kind of from, because 30 to 11 on that list is like, this some names, man. Like,
right, let's go.
So like number 30, we got Ilya Dragunov. Okay, I would say that's fair.
Yeah.
29, Christian Cage. With the work he's been producing, I feel like he should be higher. Honestly, I almost feel like Christian should be in the top 10. Like, Mystico, fuck out of here.
I would disagree on Mystico. I would say either take John Moxley or take Seth Rollins out of there. But I would definitely keep Mystico.
Well, fair enough. Where am I at? Okay, 28 is Trick Williams. Okay, whatever, fair enough. 27, LA Knight, fair enough. 26, Adam Copeland, fair enough. 25, Alex Kane, not familiar with.
Alex Kane is from MLW. He's the Beaumont Fight Club.
24, Orange Cassidy. Yeah, fair enough. 23, Alex Shelley. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
22.
I mean, he did win the TNA World Title.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, fair enough. In the 20s, that's fine. 22, Nick Nemeth. 21, Kazuchika Okada. Like, wow, 20. But then again, he hasn't been doing much since he's come to AEW, so I can kind of see that. Like, the quality of matches have not really been there.
They've been focusing a lot more on his character work, and his in-ring work has kind of taken the back seat.
So like 21 is like, wow, that's really low. But then again, I can see it. But then you go 20,
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston, King of the
No.
Bums.
I don't know, man. He did hold three world championships,
You know, like
or
I
he
said,
held three
I would
championships.
say, yeah, fair enough. We got 19, Mustafa Ali. Yeah. 18, Del Vikingo, El Hijo del Vikingo.
Okay.
17, we got main event Jay Uso. 16, we got.
Vikingo was injured for a good portion of this year.
So would you say 18 is too high or should be lower than?
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I guess it's all right.
All right, so
I guess it's all
17,
right.
main event Jay Uso. 16, we got Sonata. 15,
Way too high.
15, we got Moose. I think that's about fair for Moose.
Yeah.
14, Brian Danielson. 13, Drew McIntyre. 12, Sami Zayn. 11, Samoa Joe. So I'm like, man, that's I could say any of those names from 11 to 30 I would say there's a couple of names that I would say I would replace and put in the top 10. Like definitely Christian Cage. Hell, I'd even say like Jay Uso. I'd even kind of bump up a little bit because he's had quite a singles run so far, at least. But I mean, where was it? Where was the controversy in most people's opinions?
Well, I think a lot of people thinking Gunther got snubbed. Like a lot of people thinking Gunther way too low.
I mean, he's way. I would say, yeah, maybe. I would at least said like, if not in, at least if not in the top 4, at least in the top 5.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at least. Let me see. I want to go down the list see who else is on here. Let's go. Let's see, 31, Mark Briscoe. Okay. 32, Katsuro Nikijame. Nikijama? I pronounced that wrong. 33, Zack Sabre Jr. 35, Speedball Mike Bailey. 35, Kenho. Logan Paul, 37. I guess.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me see. Where my man Dirty Dom at? Where they put Dom at? 69? Dirty Dom, 69. I mean, that's fair. But Finn Balor at 68? Okay. I mean, what are they? What does the PWI judge this on? How do they scale it? Because I've never really paid much attention to these things like that. Like, what is the criteria
when
of ranking?
win-loss record, championships won, quality of competition, major feuds, prominent within a wrestler's promotion, and overall wrestling ability.
Okay. Then with that being said,
Logan
I would say
Logan
Gunther should definitely be within the top 4.
Okay, this how you know this list is a farce. Logan Paul is above Michael Oku? No.
Yeah, I don't know how that's a thing.
EC3 40. Mads Kruger 39.
Like, how is Logan Paul? I mean, I can understand, like, AJ Styles hasn't had that many matches because he's at 56. But even, motherfucker, you ain't better than Obafemi. Obafemi, they put him at 53. Obafemi, I would say, replace Obafemi, give Obafemi Logan Paul's spot, and put Logan Paul in Obafemi's spot, right under Braun Breaker, and right above Max the Impaler. That sounds about right.
But let's talk about the best entry coming in all the way at number 500. We got Blue Cane.
Memes? It just says on my list, memes.
It's because they can't put Blue Cane because of legal reasons.
Oh. Well, hey, listen. Big ups to my man Santana Jackson at 498. He made the list, baby.
Santana Jackson is great.
Yeah, hell yeah. Slim J. Wait, where my man Effie at? Where Effie at? Where did Effie at?
Johnny TV at 472. Oh my god, Danny Luna is 471. They put Danny Luna above Johnny TV. Whoa. Okay, 460 is grim. Is that like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Charles Mason should be way higher. Aaron Corbin should not be higher than Charles Mason.
Dustin Rhodes, 393. Whoa. Evil Uno higher than Dustin Rhodes? Uno's at
Here we
381.
go. 396 Microman.
What's that?
396 we got Microman.
Get the
he's in there.
He should be at 500. Get the fuck out of here, bro. 396, I'm pro. This whole list is invalid, bro. Microman?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me Microman is better than Cheeseburger? He's better than Sean Spears? Bro. Rhino, he's better than Rhino. Son, this is, fuck Microman. Fuck Microman, son. Alright, where's Effie? I didn't find Effie. Where's Effie? PCO 198. Roosh.
Miz 281.
Effie 122. That's a nice spot right there.
That's not bad.
Brian Keefe at 116.
Rich Swann 262. I don't know about all that.
Bobby Lashley 197. Is Bobby even wrestling right now? I mean, I don't really have that big an issue with the list in itself. I think it is what it is, man. If people put that kind of like that heavy stock into it, then hey man, do you, bro? I mean, Hook is 83, Chad Gable 89, Chris Jericho 90, Jacob Fatu 95, 94. Oh my god, I thought I said Chris Benoit for a second. Because it's like Chris, and then I saw Chris with a B, and then last thing, like, what? I'm like, what is Chris Benoit doing before Jacob Fatu? Get out of here.
Alan Angels 163. I guess like we gotta consider that like we're looking at everything, right? So like a lot of this stuff we just might not be seeing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like they're counting a lot of the independent promotions and shit like that as well.
Yeah. So like it's kind of easy to look at Alan Angels and be like, "Oh, why is that fucking loser so high?" But yeah, he might be he might be doing some cool stuff and we're just not seeing it. Well, I'm kind of surprised Luke Jacobs is not a bit higher.
See, I see Blake Christensen's at 64, Rocky Romero 62, Atlantis Jr. 61.
Blake Christian is surprisingly low.
I would have thought he would have been a little bit higher. Didn't he have he just kind of ended a whole GCW world title run not that long ago?
Javon Evans is 95. Are you fucking kidding me?
He bouncy.
That fucking greenhorn? That fucking greenhorn?
Darby Allin. Matt Riddle, 96. Jay White, 110. Oh, yeah. I would say bump Lee Moriarty up a little bit. Like he been doing pretty well in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
American made. All right, so we're gonna have a match next week between Ludwig Kaiser and Sami Zayn. Why can't we just have that match tonight? What's the main event tonight, by the way?
Oh my goodness, what is the main event tonight? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Damian Priest versus Dirty Dom. That's it. Damian Priest and Dirty Dom. Alright, I guess that's something. No, AJ, you're thinking of Lee Johnson. It's Lee Johnson and Julia Hart. It's Big Shoddy.
Backstage segment with the Judgment Day and Dragunov.
Yeah. Oh, this is kind of. This is kind of not that interesting.
So what? It's Dirty Dom versus Priest for the main event?
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed here.
Same.
Why are they wearing shirts saying street trash on it?
I think because at one point they were gonna ditch the name Judgment Day, and then it leaked that the name for the faction was gonna be like Street Trash, and people kind of roasted it. So I think they kind of. I think they kind of changed it. Or they kind of kept it to. They kind of kept it to Judgment Day, but I guess like. So I guess street trash is like a little like is like a little inside, like if you know kind of thing.
Okay. I guess. I mean, I don't see Damian Priest losing to Dominic here, so. Speaking of SmackDown, what do you think of the new logo?
It's all right.
I mean, I'm not that mad of it in the singularity sense when they have like the little SD thing kind of on the side, but when you see the full name, it's like it's not the worst thing. I think if they kind of fix the O though, the O looks kind of weird to me on the down part because it's sideways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I've seen worse logos. It's not terrible.
No, but I get what you're saying.
Like I said, clearly WWE. Like I said, they want to streamline themselves to be more, feel more like sport brand oriented, like the other sports out there. Like I said, they do a lot of this stuff with UFC now. Like I said, I don't know. They were talking about it earlier with Dominic and Ray at the UFC fight this past weekend. And they were sitting in separate seats, because, they're beefing and whatever. Keeping that kayfabe alive. Although that fight itself, one of the fights, Shorty literally got her wig split. Did you see that shit?
Gross. Yeah.
Like her face was open, son. Like, bro, you about to see it. Fuck seeing the white meat. You about to see that bitch's skull in a minute. Like, bro, Shorty was about to try to punch Shorty into the shadow realm with a hit like that. Like, yo, son, her whole face was about to split in half. Like
Yeah,
when
that
you
was
you like
pretty-
when you see a motherfucker like holding your face kind of to keep your shit intact, like, bro, stop the fight, bro. Stop the fight. Like, somebody stitch this chick up, man. She looking rough. Like, she about to pull off the skin mask in a minute, bro. That shit was looking rough. But yeah, like they just kind of
yeah, I
basically
did see that.
streamlined
That
that
was pretty
logo
nasty.
though. Yeah, I didn't see the whole fight itself. I just saw the part where she would look like her skull was about to come out her dome and shit. But I was like, yo, bruh, I hope y'all stop the fight after that, cause like, my guy, she about to get he literally about to get her face punched off. Jimmy. But like I said, like she literally got her wig split though. Her wig got split.
Okay, so what do we have for Bad Blood? We have Priest and Balor.
We
We
got
got Dawn,
Liv and Maria for the women's
Rhea.
title. We got a Hell in a
We
Cell
got
match,
Punk and
Punk and
Drew.
McIntyre. And then we got Cody, Roman, Solo, and Fatu. So
Then what happens?
that's probably the card right there then.
So we get Gunther and Sami Zayn, and then what? SmackDown only has one match?
Yeah, but they got the biggest match. They got Roman Reigns.
That's not the biggest match.
Well, I mean, in WWE's eyes, it's the biggest match of the return of Roman Reigns since WrestleMania.
Turn me volume up to 100%.
You can't make this any louder.
But I would hope they add more matches to the card, but I feel like with that right there, that sounds like that's probably the card right there. The Hell in a Cell, Liv versus Rhea for the women's, Gunther versus Sammy for the world. We'll get the tag team Roman and Cody versus Bloodline. Yeah. And Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, like a kind of nothing match.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds like the card. I hope we add like maybe 3 more matches, probably. But I'm asking too much. I think WWE's dead set on this 5-match card system. And I only think they're dead set on this is because not a large majority of fans are really questioning it. They're just kind of going with it because of, length or quality of set matches. I mean, there is that small contingency like ourselves that are like, hey, what happened to the rest of the card? But then the rest of the people are like, oh, 5 matches are fine. And it's like, okay, and that's what they're running with. Because the general consumer audience is okay with it. Whereas like the minority, which would be, like I said, people like us who don't want to see a 3-hour show only have a 5-match card. No. I remember a time when you did 3-hour show, not even 3, the pay-per-views are usually 4 hours, but you did a 4-hour show and you got like 8 matches out of the fucker. Of varying length, quality, and ending.
The only problem I have is, for me, it just means a lot of guys will never get to see a pay-per-view.
Yeah, unless it's the Royal Rumble.
I don't subscribe to the whole it's quantity, it's quantity over quality thing. Like I don't subscribe to that. Like, I think you could do both.
Yeah, I agree. You could do both, to be honest.
It's just, for me, it just means like a lot of people that should be on pay-per-views, like a lot of feuds that should be blown off on a pay-per-view, it'll never happen. Like Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed. That's like a pay-per-view level feud. Like, that pay-per-view has reached the point where it's like pay-per-view level.
I always say, like, look here, if I don't mind, like, if the matches are like less like single matches, but I'm like, listen, if we're doing pay-per-views, a majority of your titles should be defended. Your men's tag, your women's tag, your mid cards, and your main events, and your women's singles should be defended. Like, stop saving these for SmackDown and Raw.
Like, that's the other thing to consider, right? Like, think that the tag titles haven't been defended on a pay-per-view since WrestleMania. And that both sets of tag team titles are being held by like major players. Like, it's kind of wild when you think of it. It's kind of wild when you think about it.
Yeah, it is, man. I like I said, I believe. Listen, do a pay-per-view, defend your titles on the pay-per-view. Even like honestly, truthfully, what happened to the thing of Raw, SmackDown, and all these other shows were always supposed to be build up for the next big show. So why aren't the titles being built up for those shows? Sure, you might build up like a world title, or you might build up a women's title or something, but it's like, or the mid card title, but it's like all the titles should kind of get a push when it's time to do a show. You know what I mean?
You would think.
So that way, like when it's time to get to the show, people will have more emphasis and pay more attention to, like, hey man, we got a big, IC title match. Hey, big, women's tag, or hey, big world tag, or WWE tag, or whatever the title is. But it's like the reason should be this because you're gonna see a title being defended at a special event because you don't see the title getting defended every week. But it's like we don't even do that now. We just, oh well, you'll get this match on SmackDown, you'll get it on Raw. Like, no, save it for the pay-per-view. Stop giving it away for free.
Yep.
You can always do build-ups to those matches on free TV, but don't give away the actual match on fucking free TV. But, they don't want me booking. They don't want me booking. I might actually make your product good and logical, and people will actually enjoy it.
Logic. We can't have that.
Yeah, logic, son. I'm gonna be like, hey, make the titles matter, and make sure to always focus on the titles. Make all the wrestlers focus on the titles. I want everybody in here obsessed with gold. I want you to be like a greedy 49er in the old prospecting days where you'll shoot a man just for looking at your gold. I need that kind of attitude. I need that energy. I want to see baby faces undercut baby faces and heels undercut heels just to get closer to gold because that's what it matters. Like how we used to do shit. Like even back in the day, heels had loyalty to other heels until it didn't benefit them no more to have loyalty, and then they do their thing.
Yeah. Like yeah, I agree with Gojira, man. Like Intercontinental and US titles should always be on every pay-per-view. But
Agreed.
that's the issue.
Agreed.
That's the issue, right? It's like that's the issue of when you make the decision that you're only gonna have 5 matches. What do you do? Do you take a feud like American Made versus Wyatt Six and be like, hey, like this is pay-per-view quality. Put this on the pay-per-view because this is a pay-per-view quality thing. Or when you look at Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman, and you're like, again, you're like, this is pay-per-view quality. Do you put those on there and then forsake the mid-card titles, or do you put the mid-card titles on the pay-per-view because they belong on the pay-per-view, but then something like a Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman never get to make it on a pay-per-view?
Yeah, like all that they did tonight would be something you probably should have done on a pay per view, but instead we're doing it on a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Where it's like you probably got more bang for your buck if you did it on a pay per view.
But that's the thing. Like, people get mad at me when I say this, and people don't like to hear this. But this is my point, right? Like, WWE doesn't care because they've already got your money. They don't have to entice you to buy the pay-per-view because you've already bought it. So they don't care, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know people don't want to hear that. People get their feelings hurt when they hear that, but that's the reality. Like, they don't have to sell the pay-per-view because you've already bought it. You've already bought the pay-per-view.
Well, they do have, yes, the
So
Saturday
it's
night's main event is returning. That is true. But here's the thing. I do agree with you saying about, like, the contracts with the networks and things like that. But right now, all the shows are on USA at this moment until Raw goes to Netflix. I'm even for, like, hey, I don't mind if they even went back to, like, the brand centric ones where, like, the mid the lower tier pay per views would be one pay per views dedicated to Raw matches and another pay per views dedicated to just SmackDown. That way, hey, all titles could get covered on all those type of bases. Where it's like, hey, this month you get the world tag, the women's, the men's, the IC all defended this show, and then in the next show you do it opposite, the WWE tag, the women, the WWE women, the WWE champion. You know what I'm saying? The United States would be defended on that show, and then maybe switch off the women's tag from time to time, whatever, depending on whatever champion or whatever show they're originally on will be the show that they defended on. Put it that way. So if they came from SmackDown, they'll do it on the SmackDown show. If they came from Raw, they'll do it on the Raw show. But it's like I'd rather see that than have what we have now, where like barely any of the titles get defended and just get relegated to like go home shows on Raw and SmackDown.
Yep.
Like, yeah, this 5 card system it's not working. I mean, like I said, they still put on decent shows, but at the end of the day, it's like 5 matches. That's it. You got all this roster, and we can only get 5 matches on the card.
Mhm.
I'm like, we could do better than this. Like, y'all been running pay per views at this same length with more, with less talent, with more matches.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not even a thing of like their pay-per-views are bad or anything. It's just that you watch 3 matches and then you're already coming home. The pay-per-view's already done.
Yo, Rhea just wiped out Liv Morgan on that one. With Barrett talking, it was painful, but I loved every second of it. Oh, straps are coming down. He's gonna take them south of heaven. And Damian Priest with the win. But of course, right after Judgment Day come in for the stomp down. This street trash coming in with the beatdown. Yeet. And the crowd chanting yeets. Calling out for Jey Uso to come help.
I
But
kind of don't like that.
Maria's back up. Oh, well, here comes Jey Uso. But Jay not running in the ring immediately though. Oh, oh! I thought that was Jimmy for a minute. Nah, it's just Braun Breaker. It's just Braun Breaker.
I don't like that, man.
What?
Jey Uso needs to be more focused on winning the Intercontinental title next week. Forget about Rhea Ripley. Stop being blinded by the pussy and focus on bringing that fucking title home. Priorities.
Oh, I forgot to mention. My Superior Spider-Man showed up the other day.
Oh, sick.
It's pretty cool, man. Listen, it's one of the good Spider-Man. It's got a toe tilt, so it's like, oh, you get a Spider-Man with a toe tilt. You know, you doing some good things right there. It doesn't have the good abdominal, like the upper diaphragm one. It's got the old school kind of ab crunch and everything, but it's still pretty good. Like the arms are cool. It's got decent head sculpts. It's not a bad figure. I like it. I mean, it's got all the pinless joints, so you know, it's got the butterfly, so it's definitely up there. I would say I still think the Iron Spider one is better, but this is probably close second. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up picking that one up at some point.
yeah, this is definitely a better upgrade than the previous Superior Spider-Man we got. Definitely an upgrade because that other one, you look at that one, it's like, wow, this is garbage. I was like, wow, I like
I'll probably
this. I was liking this. Oh wow. Like I
It
said,
has the legs, right?
like everything about it, like the body proportions and everything on it is like because I have that version too. So I was like, I pulled it out and like everything, the head sculpt, the body proportions. It just looks weird. And it doesn't have the arm, the extra leg arm, so it just looks weird when you see it compared to the new one that just came out. But hey, it's gonna look good with the rest of my Spider-Man, so I'm with it.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick that one up.
Yeah, it's a good Spider-Man, definitely. That's gonna do it for us here. Monday Night Raw is over. We're gonna call it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. We do appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out with us. Athena has now surpassed Samoa Joe. Yeah, she has. I mean, she's putting
Well
in that
deserved.
she's putting in that work for a show that really doesn't get the respect it should get. But that's because the owner doesn't. I don't think really actually cares about the property. He just wanted the library so WWE couldn't have it. I'm almost convinced that that's what it was at this point because the way he treats Ring of Honor is like, do you even care about that shit? Like, really care about it?
I think there's no denying that he bought it just so WWE couldn't have it. But at the end of the day, like you can't deny that Athena is putting in the work on that brand, man.
Yeah, she is. Definitely is.
Like you could argue that you could say whatever you want about Ring of Honor. You could say whatever you want, but you can't question Athena's work.
No. But yeah, big ups to her for that though. But yeah, like I was saying, shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all coming out tonight. Smash that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you stay notified. All that fun stuff. We'll be back here next week. I think is it. We don't. There's no shows going on this weekend, is there?
I don't believe so. No.
We'll keep you up to date with all the wrestling stuff going on. You know how we do here. Anything else before we call it that?
Birds aren't real.
There you go. Birds are not real. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have yourselves a great night. We'll catch y'all next week, and make sure you always kick out. Thick boys out.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fire's inside me, must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. Shampoo kindness, all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! In the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take. I have no fear. I think it's clear. Let's keep you high. Get all this Dragon Ball Super. We got the skill to blow Xeno rain.